Let's talk eyebrows. Eyebrows are one of my favorite topics and my favorite thing to do on my face. Eyebrows I love more than eyeshadow. I love more than contouring. I love more than hiding my mustache. Eyebrows are everything to me. I have always had pretty decent eyebrows. They have always been really bushy, so I've been able to do what I want. I feel so bad for the ladies and gentlemen who have like sparse eyebrows because I would not know what to do with myself. I would definitely fill them in every chance I got. But I've gotten pretty lucky, and I've gotten the bushier end of the stick, and it translates to my whole face. So I mean, it's good for my brows and probably bad for my mustache, but that'll be another video. So let's just get into it. I have tried various ways of doing my brows. I prefer the pencil. I also will use the DipBrow when I do like a full beat. When you're Saturday Night Live, you're going to a wedding, you're, whatever you need to be super beat for. If you got setting powder in there, if you got it all, all the way. Or especially if I'm doing a really dramatic eye, I'll do some really dramatic eyebrows. Or if my hair is really dramatic, I'll, capture that with my eyebrows as well. So that is something to consider. Those are things that I consider when I'm selecting what method of brow filling in I'm going to do, in addition to, how big or how strong my eyebrows are going to be. Some days I don't do anything to my eyebrows. Right now there's nothing done to my eyebrows. I get them waxed probably every 60 days or so, just to kind of keep them in shape. That's my primary way to have eyebrows, because it's not. I started eyebrows a few years ago before it really became trendy, just to fill them in. I have a few spaces like right there. That space is always there, and it drove me crazy for the longest. There's another space there. That drove me crazy for a long time, and I talked to the girl in Walgreens. Shout out to Marcy in Joplin, Missouri, Walgreens on 20th Street. So thank you, girl, for my eyebrows. But she started me off with this Maybelline Define Brow pencil. It has a comb at the end. And then it has a really, 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 really thin, and it twists up, retractable, what have you. And this is where I started off with my brows. I have since moved to Smashbox. Makes a very, very, very similar product. It's very small, very precise, pinpoint tip on their eyebrow pencil, and it's my number one. Y'all gotta excuse my nail. I'm gonna get it fixed, but not right now. I also use the Revlon Colorstay. This is my latest pickup as far as eyebrow pencils, and this is in dark brown. It has a spoolie on one end in the plastic cap, and then it has like an angled, oh my gosh, something's been in my eyebrow pencil. Maybe I put the wrong top on or whatever. But it has an angle, and it's retractable. And apparently I'm at the end of the rope on this one because it's just clicking. It's not retracting. So I'll have to pick up another one. And this is in the color dark brown. This is for my everyday filling in. Not too dramatic. I'm not wearing any makeup today, but I want to fill in my eyebrows kind of day. And I got this probably from Walgreens as well. I also have a NYX dark brown, which has also an angled, and it's a little bit lighter than the Revlon dark brown, but I like a lighter brow sometimes, like when my hair is red, like right now, or if it's blonde, or if my hair is lighter than black, which it normally is black, or well, right now it's brown. My real hair is brown. So, but I'll still use a darker pencil color or filler. And then we have our beloved Anastasia Beverly Hills DipBrow pomade, and I also have that in dark brown in conjunction with my Anastasia Beverly Hills number 12 angle brush that also has the spoolie on the end. So those are my basic brow products as far as getting them on. I've also tried the e.l.f. Powder, like the They're 2-in-1. I wonder if I still have it in this. I don't care for that particular product. I don't really care for anything else. That's just me. Everybody has their fancy, and e.l.f. is not mine. But I do like the DipBrow, and I'll use that for big looks. You know, when I really need the eyebrows to do their job, this is what I'm gonna go for. So in this video, I'm gonna do both. I'll show a simple, easy, you know, toss some brows on, walk out of the door, and then we will start some big mama brows with the Anastasia Beverly Hills DipBrow. So I will start with this pen. I'm going to use the spoolie just to brush my brows up. I want to give them some type of shape, some type of guideline when I'm going to go in and fill them in. So, you know, you wash your face, they're kind of unruly a little bit, except, you know, you may have had them, you know, clean, but let's get them in a direction. So I'm gonna be really close to the camera because I want to show you my brows. Like, you guys can't see it from far away, so ignore all my little cross eyes that are gonna happen, or don't laugh if you know, one eye goes one way, one eye goes the next. I'm gonna brush like the inside straight up, and then as I get to the middle and to the outside, I'll go to the edge. So just like that, nothing major. From there, I'll take my pencil, and again, I'm looking in the camera, so just don't mind me for a moment while I get really close and personal with you guys. But one thing to keep in mind is here, put the pencil here, and then turn it to a 45-degree angle to meet your point there. And then there's a point at the end, so there's a straight line from your eye to the end, like tip of your eyebrow. So if you have to mark it, cool, mark it. Let's mark it just for the sake of it. So here, and then 45 degrees here. I'm using the camera as my mirror, which is dangerous. But this point is here. We don't want to follow that inside line there. So we'll just draw a line from here to here, and then a line from there to there at the bottom. And then we'll save the top for something else. I don't fill in the tops of my brows because then I'm gonna go in with makeup and all of that stuff. So it just doesn't make any sense to make my eyebrows perfect at the top, because I'm gonna toss a whole bunch of foundation and all that crap on top. So that just doesn't make any sense. I'm gonna stick my camera down here or my mirror at the bottom here. I'll try to keep it out of the screen so you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. But I'm just gonna follow that line to the middle, remember? That's one line. And then we'll go from there to the end. And depending on what pencil you're using will kind of give you your pressure. I don't have a lot of pressure on just because I don't really need it. This pen, it's really smooth and creamy. It goes on really well. So from there, there's my line. And there it is, all filled in. From there, I'm going to do simple little strokes straight up on the front edge. So straight up. Maybe a little angle, maybe not straight up in the air. And where it is lighter, give it a little more pressure. Not necessarily more product, but more pressure. And really, you're just looking for the open spaces in your brow. You're not looking to black it out, or at least I hope you're not. I am not looking to black it out. So again, this is just how I do my brows. You know, tailor it to how you want it. But this is just my brows. So from there, I'm gonna just go straight out with my brush strokes. I'm not gonna go down or up. Once I get to that second curve, I'm just gonna go straight out, like to my hairline, in little itty bitty baby strokes. So there. See how simple that is? And then from there, like our top, it looks like it's got a droop. It's drooping on one side. So we'll go in and do the top. And these are just little bitty strokes. Kick it out a little past. See how it's like there's no hair up there? Kick that out. And then come down. If you so choose, you know. So there is my brow. There's not done, and here's done with a pencil. And then you can just go in and clean up. You can use whatever, you know, makeup remover you want to take your lines off. And then, or maybe you don't. Maybe you're just practicing with the lines. So, boom, done. Eyebrow. And that's it. That's pretty simple for like a daytime out and about eyebrow, or if you don't have any makeup on, or if you don't really want dramatic eyebrows. That is a nice, simple, easy way to do it if that's what you choose to do. So from there, I'm gonna wipe this off and just go right into my big fancy pants eyebrows, the eyebrows you either hate or you love, you know. I'm gonna go ahead and prime my face. I use the Tarte Brighter Days primer. You can't see it, there we go. And this is from Sephora. It is luminous. It's really pretty. It's my favorite primer. It's more of a moisturizer maybe than a primer. They have it listed as a moisturizer, but I think it primes really, really good. Like my makeup sticks really, really well to it. And it gives your skin like this really nice glow. That's not necessarily so gold like some of the other illuminators can be. So I don't know if you can see the difference, but it is kind of like iridescent. And it gives a little sheen to you without making you look really greasy. So Tarte Brighter Days Moisturizer. Highlighting moisturizer is what the back says. So from there, I'm going to take my Anastasia Beverly Hills number 12 brush with the spoolie. Crack this puppy open. And you see the inside of my pie is all gross. It's old. I'm just going to like stroke it down like I'm picking up paint off a paintbrush. So it's not a whole lot. So I'll just, flatten it out on the sides so that way I don't have stuff everywhere. And I'm going to follow the same concept here, here, here. I'm going to draw a line at the bottom from here to here, and then from here to the tip. And then fill in with my strokes and go from there. But because the product is something different, it will make them bigger. So here we go. And I'll try to get close because this is where everybody is like, oh, I need to use the angle brush. So from there, I'm going to stick it right here at the edge. There we go, right at the edge. Rome wasn't built in a day, so you don't have to get from there to there in one stroke. Try to maybe strokes a little bit longer than the length of the brush, the tip there, right there. And go from there. Don't try to swoop from end to end like your damn Batman with your angle brush. Little baby strokes. And then from the middle down to the tip. So there is our base. From here, I use the DipBrow a little bit different. I'm going to put a little bit more. I'm going to start my top so I know how far I want how big I want my brows. I'm going to go right, see how the hair is like long? These need to be shaped up so bad. Don't you judge me. Right here, there's that long hair. I'm going to go the length of that longest hair at the top. And I'm going to still follow my same rule. So I'll start here. Go to the longest hair and then come back down. There. I'm going to keep brushing so that way I know how much I need to fill in. You want to start from the line you started at to kind of bring the product up into your brows. And like tap, touch, tap, touch, tap, touch. Little bitty strokes. One thing I have to catch myself doing, what? Okay. One thing I have to catch myself doing is I'm like this doing my eyebrows, or like this, or like this, or like, you know, some way that my eyebrow is altered. You really have to make sure to relax your face. The more you do it, the easier it'll get. You'll throw these brows on like it's no big deal and be on your damn way. So that is as filled in as I want to make this one. I know it's not perfect right now, but we still have to go in and clean it up. So let's clean it up. What I'm gonna use to clean it up with is my Avon Concealer brush. This brush is badass. I've had it for years, like literally 8 years. Almost 9 years. My Avon brushes are my favorite. I don't think Avon gets enough credit out in the beauty world, and I'm gonna make a point to try to push for Avon, at least some of their products, because I never see anybody ever talk about Avon. Like, when did we get too good for Avon? Hopefully never. Hopefully never. I'm gonna clean it off just because I don't know what product is left on it from the last time. And yes, you should always clean your brushes in between uses, so on and so forth. I am going to use Sephora Dip Dot Blend. This is a Bright Future concealer. I use their concealer, the chocolate mousse shade, to contour with, and I needed a new like regular concealer for my skin because I usually use the Kat Von D in M27 Warm, but I ran out of it. So I have been looking for the Tarte Shape Tape because I'm a little biased to Tarte. I hadn't tried it, but I see a lot of people use it. But the Sephora I keep going to doesn't have it in stock. I don't know if I have to go somewhere else to get the Shape Tape or not. But I'm going to take some of the my concealer and stick it on the back of my hand here. Get it off so it's like 3D. It's not flat up against... See, it got some little height to it. It's not flat up against my skin because that'll make it a little harder to get out. And I'm going to dip my brush in it until it's flat. Both sides, you know, both sides. And from there, I'm going to go right below the line that I had started when I framed out my eyebrows, and then use the concealer to really clean it up a lot. So I'm gonna try to get in here so you guys can see. I'm gonna start my concealer probably a 1/4 inch out from my eyebrows. Same thing here, little bitty strokes. There. Now, of course, it looks crazy. Sheena, what are you doing with your damn brows? You're gonna look crazy. Give me a second. Give me a second. So from here, I'm just going to take it all the way down. Remember all that product we picked up? We're going to take it all the way down. And that's going to be our eyeshadow base. We're just going to clean our brush off on that one side. And that'll be our base. And this is a good opportunity, like if you went too low or if that bottom line is not as precise as you had wanted it, this is a good chance to go in and clean that up. Take that all the way out. I'll try to be careful going up the edge. I don't want to go up that far. And this is concealer, so I'm going to do this whole piece of eye right here. I'm not going to come under my eye because I want to wait until after my foundation to put concealer under my eye. But that is what I'm going to do with the concealer that I have so far. There. That's it. That's all. That's all, folks. Just kidding. I got one more step. From there, I'm gonna set it. I can't tell you what you're gonna do, but for me, see how it's already starting to wrinkle and crease. I'm gonna, you know, puff it in. Just put it in a little bit, just so the product is pretty even. And then I'm going to set with my Laura Mercier translucent powder with Asanya Kashuk. Pretty sure I got this from Target. Pretty sure I got this from Target. I don't know what kind of brush it is, or you know what it says on the packaging, but it's like big and it flattens out really well. Almost like a foundation brush could. So I like using that. I'm going to take that and press it into my eyelid to set my eyeshadow base. So now when I go to put my shadow on, it'll have a nice little bed to lay on and it won't crease into my eyes. See how that just went away? See, on that side, it's still kind of greasy, so you can't see it. But this is a really good way, like I said, to clean up your eyebrows and then to set your eyelid so it's ready for eyeshadow whenever you're ready. So that brings us to the end. Hopefully you enjoyed watching me put on an eyebrow. Hopefully you learned some things you do differently. Let me know. Put it down in the comment box if you use different products. If you love e.l.f. a little more than I do, tell me why in that box. Tell me what I'm doing wrong or what I could be doing differently. How do you guys do your brows? Let me see some pictures. Let me see your YouTube video. Stick it down in the comments. I'll put all the products that I used in the comment box below, and I will talk to you guys later. Hopefully this brow tutorial helped step up your brow game so you can be flawless like I like to think that I am. Talk to you guys later. Bye.